to my channel. Hiking is my go-to, and today's adventure is actually going to be at Brazos Bend State Park. I had the opportunity to go down there. It's about a stone's throw away from Houston. It took me like maybe 45 minutes to get there, and not very long. I decided to do a few trails that were relatively easy. All the trails there are on flat surface, but they are all mostly on paved roads. There are a few trails that you can take off the paved path, but I mostly stayed on the paved path, and I wanted to view like all of the lakes. So I did the following trails. I did Hoots Hollow Trail, the 40-acre lake trail, Elms Lake Trail. I did Creekfield Lake Trail and Hales Loop Trail. So that was like all of what I had done. One of the things that I found most interesting about Brazos Bend State Park was the wildlife and the variety of birds that they have there. Like as I was walking, I probably witnessed about 20 different species of birds, and they have like weeping, I think they're weeping willow trees, or maybe it's just the moss that hangs down from all of the trees that makes it look like they're weeping. But they have those all along the path. It's like really pretty. Plenty of alligators, but they're totally harmless. I was a little nervous, hiking on the trail, but after about 30 minutes or so of passing a few gators along the trail, I realized quickly that they were actually relatively harmless. So kudos to that. They tell you please don't feed them because I guess people have fed them in the past. So yeah, don't feed them. But other than that, I mean, there's plenty of nature and lots of beautiful trees. I saw like a few turtles here and there. Actually a family of turtles, but for the most part the turtles like to hang out along the trail path, so I just kind of walk around them as I kept going. But overall I felt like the park, it was pretty welcoming, very, very scenic, and absolutely breathtaking. So there's plenty of places to sit down and rest along the way. I think to hike like the entire park, it's a little over 8 miles to do like the entire park, which is what I ended up doing, because I just you don't realize that it takes that long to hike the park. You just kind of go with it, and before you know it, 8 miles have passed by. So overall, I say it took maybe like 3 hours, 2.5 hours to do the whole entire park. So yeah, it is really pretty. So the next footage that I'm going to show you is basically of like the entire park. So enjoy. I just wanted to give a brief history straight from the Brazos Bend State Park website. The history is a former hunting ranch. Brazos Bend State Park is about 28 miles southwest of Houston and covers roughly 5,000 acres. Its 3.2-mile eastern boundary fronts the Brazos River on the southeast border of Fort Bend County. The state purchased the park in 1976 through 77. Brazos Bend opened in 1984. Colonizing Texas. In the early 19th century, this area of Texas was the site of Stephen F. Austin's first colonial land grant from Mexico. Present parkland was included in a grant to Abner Harris and partner William Barrett in 1827. During the Texas Revolution, the steamboat Yellowstone passed the park more than once on its route up to Brazos River to aid the Texas cause. Learn more at the exhibit on the Yellowstone Landing Trail. Most of the riverfront was sold shortly after the Revolution ended. Cotton brokers from Brazoria held part of the park in 2,400 feet of river frontage in 1845. According to early records, the Brazos River was one of the principal routes of commerce at the time. The brokers may have used the area for a riverboat landing. Useful land. Recent landowners grazed cattle and grew pecans here. It also served as a private hunting and fishing preserve. Learn more in the interpretive guide to Brazos Bend State Park.